Welcome to Building Business by Referral. So I highly recommend building your business by referral. And there are three sources of referrals I recommend that you target. First, of course, is your sphere of influence. So these are the people that know you, like you, trust you, and systematically approaching that. And we'll cover that in a different session. Then business to business referrals. So anyone that you do business with, you give money to, they probably have similar clients than you, and so give business to them so that they can give business to you, get to know their business. I'll also do another session on how to target businesses, and I have a list of businesses that you can actually go after proactively. This session is focused on your agent to agent referral sources. So mining agents, whether they're agents in our own marketplace or across the country or across the globe. This is probably one of the best referral sources that most agents don't tap into. And so I highly, highly recommend that you do this. And being with EXP, you're doubly rewarded because not only can you get business, working with buyers and sellers, you can also potentially recruit them into EXP and create some massive passive income for your career. So the agent to agent referral sources, as far as where to go, how to tap into that. Definitely online, especially right now where we're still kind of in that stay-at-home directive, is to focus on online through your social media and any kind of opportunities online to connect with professionals. So looking at specific Facebook groups that target real estate professionals, of course using Instagram, and then we have our EXP Workplace, which is essentially Facebook for EXP. And so you have a whole network of EXP agents across the globe to connect with. Networking in person, when we can do that again, I highly recommend you going to events where realtors are there. I actually get business from agents by teaching classes, and going to classes is another way you can do it. So education, going to trade shows, going on property tours, and getting involved with committees, councils, and professional organizations like like ARIA, the Asian Real Estate Association of America, of course, the National Association of Realtors, and our Las Vegas Association of Realtors, and other councils like there's the Women's Council and so forth. So you can get involved in those areas, and any area that's an area of specialization for you, where it would take advantage of, maybe special market information, or a language that you speak. Highly recommend that. So look strategically at what inspires you, what you'd like to do, and then focus on that and get hyper focused with whichever avenue you choose to do. So for me, it's mostly through I network through professional organizations that I'm involved in leadership positions with. Some I've actually created myself, and then education, teaching classes. I do get business from Facebook, by the way. So that's been a good referral source for me. Creating relationships. So what are best practices with referrals? Creating the relationship before you need it. So create and cultivate the relationship before you need it. Ideally, because then when somebody says, "Oh, I need an agent in Tampa," you already have somebody in Tampa that you can refer to. Otherwise, it takes a little bit more time because you have to reach out to agents in that area and start interviewing them. I will encourage you to be discerning about who you give your business to. This is why it's important to create the relationship before you need it, cultivate it before you need it, because you want to know, is that person in integrity? How do they run their business? Do they really know their market area well? Just because somebody's licensed and somebody's a realtor doesn't mean they're a good agent. And the last thing you want to do is hand over your client and a trusted relationship you have to an agent who is incompetent. And so take the time to really get to know these agents that you're going to refer business to. And then, of course, give, ask, receive. So first, you want to give them something of value, contribute to them in some way, shape, or form. Then you ask for the business, and then you'll receive it. And so I will, reach out with things of value that I have that, whether they're, sessions, workshops I've done, or tools or information. So you provide valuable resources to people, and then they're like, you know what, I really appreciate Tamara. She's right on top of things. She knows her stuff. And then I'll say, hey, I actually pay 30% for any referrals. So if you know of anyone who's thinking about buying or selling in Las Vegas, I'd love to help them. And of course, I actually have a network across the globe. So I do broker to broker referrals. So if you need a broker someplace else in the world, I'm happy to assist. And I have a layover on that referral. And then stay top of mind. So once you create that relationship, once you establish with them that you're, willing to pay whatever it is, 25, 30% for the referral fees, then make sure you stay top of mind with them. Somehow you need to be every 21 days in the beginning until they totally register that you're their referral source for whether it's Las Vegas or whatever marketplace. So, we're focused here on Las Vegas right now, but whatever your marketplace is, that they have critical mass in their mind, that when they think real estate, they think you, and you're the only person that they would refer business to. We have probably like 16, 17,000 realtors here in Las Vegas. So you need to stand out among all of them. And it's really awesome when you're able to get that business over the competition. And so stay top of mind every 21 days until you create critical mass. So how do you do that? Personal messages, voice messages, a video message is good for doing like the online stuff. Calling, taking people out to, coffee or lunch if they're actually in your marketplace. And marketing things. So as far as like Facebook goes, make sure that you're doing like fairly regularly something about real estate. Okay. And then sharing it with them and following up and following through. So once you give a referral or you receive a referral, make sure that you continue obviously to follow up with it. So you want to, if somebody gives you a referral, that is a trusted relationship. That's super important. So make sure that you don't ever drop the ball and keep the other agent in the loop. Like let them know you're not going to share any confidential information. And of course you want to check with the client about how much they're okay with you sharing with the referring agent. But you definitely want to let them know, hey, I reached out to your referral. We have a meeting for Thursday. They're flying into town over the weekend, and then when they come into town, hey, we had a great, 2 days together. They actually found a property that they like. We have an offer out. We should hear shortly. So every once in a while, bring them up to speed with what is happening with the referral that they've given you. Okay. And then of course you got to do the referral agreement. So let me share that with you and pull that up. So we have our referral agreement